Hello, hello. How is everyone?
I'm great.
You're a nerd. You're a nerd.
Did you call me a nerd or a narc? Because I'm definitely one of those things, and it ain't
I
a
think you're
narc.
the nerd.
All right, good. Definitely not a narc. I'll never be that.
Well, we're waiting on Adrian to come on. Zach just got her set up. Jeremy's out sharing, so everybody make sure you share. Mustafa, I didn't get a chance to warn you. We do have some crazy fools like Brad Webb in the chat, so we just ignore them half the time.
So we're ignoring what's his name? I don't even know what it is.
Yeah, him, So we're just kind of waiting for a little bit more. We only have Mustafa for about 30 minutes.
Yeah.
So he took time out of his busy day to come and chat with us.
Yeah, real busy guy. I'm gonna be hanging out with Vanessa Hudgens later. She's gonna tell me about the Princess Switch 9. So, have you ever seen those movies? She's great.
I'm gonna say I really don't know. I watch so much stuff that sometimes I'm
Yeah.
like, I don't know if I've seen this or not.
Oh, the Princess Switch is just their fan. It's like I don't know what it is about the Hallmark Christmas movies. Like everything in my being wants to hate them, but I just can't. I just can't.
There's one I love. I think it's called Christmas in Mississippi.
Oh, why would you like that one?
I don't know. But it's like finally no snow in a Christmas movie.
Yeah. Hey, well, I mean, you watch any Lethal Weapon movie, anything by Shane Black, it's always set around Christmas. All of his movies. Iron Man 3
Die Hard is a Christmas movie.
Oh, Die Hard's a Christmas movie? Yeah, it is actually. Hi, Adrian.
How are you?
I'm good. Hi. Look, my hands like blurring on camera. Hi. Hi, you guys. Sorry.
Oh my gosh. Where's Jan?
I don't know.
How the hell do I know? The
hell? Oh no, ma'am.
No, we've only got Mustafa for 30 minutes, Adrian.
Keep talking. I'm gonna steal that fish tank. Keep talking. It'll be my fish. It's gonna be my beta.
Take it. There's 4 of them in this house. 1 on each floor. Take it.
Oh, nah, I'm good.
They're a lot of work.
I don't know. He won't come to Mississippi, so he probably won't go to Colorado to get it. So
Oh, that's
well,
right.
If his travels take him here, they're here.
Mississippi is good, though. I mean,
I'm only like 2.5 hours from New Orleans.
I know. New Orleans is it's a cool place. Not my vibe, but pretty cool. A little stinky.
You gotta know where. You don't go down Bourbon Street now. Go down Frenchman.
Frenchman.
Mm-hmm.
I don't like France, so.
You're such a dork.
I know. That was a stupid thing to say, but I will say this though. Man, Louisiana did have really good food. Kind of nuts. And I do like that boudin.
I just made Cajun shrimp fettuccine.
Whoa.
That's what I just made for dinner.
Cajun shrimp fettuccine. Wow, you got a little bit of the
zazz.
Oh, please do. I would love that.
It's still not near as good, Eileen, as my tamales.
Probably not.
I do love a good tamale. I just love food.
So as we're sitting here just chit-chatting, if anybody's got any questions, make sure you put them in the chat. We are going to hold off on putting everything else up since we do have such limited time with this crazy guy that's, with alligator.
I'll try to stay as late as I can after that 30-minute mark. But the second I get that text saying, "Hey, what's up?" from my significant other, then I gotta go because I promised I.
That is very important. That is very important.
Just trying to stave off divorce one day at a time. So we'll see.
That's all we can all do.
It's like those old school video games. You're gonna die. It's just what's the high score can you get? So we'll see.
I'm heading to Panama City tomorrow, and I'm wondering if I'll have a house to come back to, or if my husband will lock me out for not taking him.
Panama City?
Mm-hmm.
Wait, is that the place that Van Halen sang about?
Yes.
Okay.
Oh, sick. All right. Nice.
I mean, I like Van Halen, but I'm trying to think. There's so many different songs. I'm trying to think of
Panama. Come on, Panama, man.
But no, look, it's only costing me $18 for 2 nights in Panama City.
What scam did you find?
I'm good. And I'm actually getting paid.
Nope, never mind.
I'm actually getting paid more in gas to get from here to Meridian and back than it's going to cost us to get to Panama. So I'm actually going to make money to go to Panama.
Okay, now you said way too much. Yep, nope.
That's after the 30 minutes.
So here's the thing, right? It's kind of like back when I was in the dating scene, and like he's just sitting across the table from this nice lady and everything, and you could always tell, maybe not so smart but pretty. And then I'll be like, oh wow, so like what have you been up to recently? It's like, well, I just came back from Dubai, and the first thing I'd be like is like, all right, well, what were you doing there? So is this like one of those situations? You know what I mean? Like,
yeah,
Eileen,
exactly.
What's going on, Eileen? What's going on?
I will never tell my secrets.
Okay. Well, listen. So,
we can all guess that it's all good.
What is Mustafa's favorite holiday movie? Groundhog's Day.
Well, they didn't specify what holiday, did they?
It's a holiday.
If it's just general holiday, Groundhog's Day. Christmas movie, because I'm not like one of those Muslims who's like, say Happy Holidays. Like, no, say Merry Christmas. Please say Merry Christmas, because I have Ramadan. It sucks. You starve yourself for 30 days, and then you have a very depressing kind of like, all right, nice thing. It's not depressing. It's nice. But, and like, again, I hope this doesn't come off as anti-Semitic, but Hanukkah's cool. But I think even Jewish people will admit that Hanukkah can't hold a candle, pun intended, to Christmas. And then my wife's family, they're from Egypt. Egypt's like predominantly Muslim country. Everybody celebrates Christmas. Just because
really?
I did not.
Yeah.
I didn't know that either.
Yeah, they love everything Christmas. So if it's a Christmas movie, then I'd have to say I gotta go classic, man. Christmas Story.
It's a Wonderful Life.
Do what?
I love It's a Wonderful Life.
Well, yeah, you're getting $18 trips to Panama. You have a wonderful life, so
right. Well, you seem to. I don't know what you got to do for that, but that's on you there.
That's backstage conversation. No, I'm picking.
I've been warding off for the past 2 weeks. People, well, you understand, Christmas is pagan. Okay,
yeah.
maybe I don't know, but I'll tell you this: I enjoy all of it. I'll put whatever on that tree as long as I get presents. I don't care.
I don't care either. Like I would have there was remember there was a thing years ago where everyone was making fun of Tex-Mex food. Everyone's like, that's not real traditional Mexican food. I'll be like, who gives?
If you like it, you like it.
A quesadilla's butthole. I don't care. I want it. I just want it. It's delicious. Shut up. It's like there was a few years ago, everybody was making fun of people who like mayonnaise. It's like mayonnaise is used in everything. It is used in every sauce. Shut your face. I have no idea what you're talking about. We're not going to make fun of mayonnaise.
Well, you had mentioned Groundhog Day. I'll never forget. I was on my way to Seattle from Mississippi because I'm from the Seattle area, and so they played Groundhog Day the entire trip, and even had to switch planes, and they still were playing it. I felt like I was living it.
That's what's really cool. See, that's a great commitment to a long form joke because every day's Groundhog Day. They made you feel that way.
That was not a quick trip because we had a layover in St. Louis.
So now we know what Eileen's doing. What projects are you doing now?
Me? Oh, So I got a lot of dioramas. I've been doing a lot of those, like Thomas Kincaid style dioramas, and no, but we have 3 seasons of Haunted Discoveries, mine and Brandon's, along with Kevin Oddie and Malia Molino, our historical researcher. Our series, we got 3 seasons of that in the can. So season 1 just aired on TNE in Canada, and it's still airing there. There's a lot of paranormal shows if you check TNE's like repertoire that are on the network, and a lot of ones that kind of eventually came over to the States started on TNE, and then we're kind of working out deals with still for America. It's just been a long process with that because it's just like negotiations with the production company. Everything's going back and forth, but things are looking good. Hopefully within the next few months, we'll have the one that I really wanted. That'll get people a lot of access to it, and hopefully a solution where they don't have to add yet another monthly recurring charge or put in a credit card number to watch the show. That was a big thing that Brandon and I really wanted to go behind. We've worked in entertainment for a while, and I just think that the future of like any kind of like streaming service should be like ad based. Right. So instead of subscription based, because nobody wants to like go and do another thing. So
cable is actually getting to where it's cheaper now than it was when everybody unplugged, because everything's paid for now.
Yeah.
How is Brandon?
Brandon's doing great. I mean, he's not only editing season 3 of Haunted Discoveries, but we have a spin-off show called Family Spirits, which is a testimonial style paranormal show. It's because like every single time we've been going to these investigations, all across the country or talking to different people, it almost always seems like even people who are the biggest skeptics, right? Once you have like 30 minutes in a conversation with them, or like you're 2 beers in at the bar, they go, I don't believe in all this, like, this stuff, but you know what? There was this one thing that happened, and like 99% of the time, they were visited by a family member, or they thought they were. Mm-hmm. And what we started noticing was, we put out casting calls for this thing, online, and us and our production crew, we kind of read through a bunch of the stories, and we found that in dozens of cases, there were multiple, common factors between these stories. The duration from which, somebody passed on and when they saw him was always within like a 33-day period. The ways that it's weird. It's weird. So it was cool.
That's really interesting. That's one thing that, whenever somebody brings you up, I think you, maybe Brandon, maybe one other person that we can honestly, any of us say, no, look, what they're putting out is not BS. We know who they are. We know they're not about all that, and can honestly say that instead of, well, I don't know. I don't think they are. But, with you guys, we can honestly know that that's, you put your heart into it, not just, oh, we got another show here.
I think like the whole point of paranormal, like, investigations, right? Especially when it comes to like TV, is I just don't think you can make a show genuinely interesting for a long period of time if that isn't the core of what it's about. Right. That's not to say that there haven't been like other programs who have certainly fake stuff or intentionally used, maybe not like intentionally fake stuff.
Right.
Like, it's kind of like, that one scumbag friend we all have who's like, maybe they're in a relationship and they're out at the bar and they're like, well, I didn't mean to like cheat on my girlfriend, and I just knew that this person got like hammered.
I fell onto him.
Yeah, like, they put themselves in those situations, or it's like, oh, I didn't mean to start doing meth again. It's like, well, you're kind of like hanging around with a bunch of, so sorry.
Mustafa has to go in 30 minutes, within 30 minutes from when we started, as soon as his wife.
I'm good. I'm good. I'm good.
So
there is a little girl that it would mean the world to this little girl if you just said hi to her. She lives to watch you.
What?
And this baby is yeah. Go get Abby.
She's not here. She's at White Sands right now.
Well, go ahead and tell Abby hey, and then you can go back and watch.
Yeah, and then I could send the video too if that's whatever. But I'll say it right now.
We jokingly call you our son-in-law in the house because the first time she ever saw you on TV, she stopped, she paused, and she was, "Oh, I'm gonna marry him."
Your wife's got some competition.
4.
Yeah, 4 years old. Hey. 4.
Oh my God. That's so sweet. That's so nice. Oh my God. I feel bad. I wish she had better taste in men. I'm sorry.
We just got confirmation. She's right here watching.
Stephanie says she's watching.
Well, Abby, thank you for being such a big fan. And thank you for making me feel so good. No one has ever said anything that nice about me ever. And I am, I know I seem like I'm a really cool guy, but I can promise you that compliments like that do make me feel very, very good. So thank you. And I will advise you to find better taste in men. But I appreciate what you said. And thank you so much for being a fan. And I will hopefully have a ton of more episodes for you to watch, me and Brandon. And hopefully when you get through a few of them, you will realize that you were wrong about me, but you'll still continue to like the work that I do.
Well, no, she won't. Mustafa, we've met a couple of times, and one thing that I actually respected a lot about you are so funny and outgoing. You're an author, you've been on television, you've got your own shows and all, but you're still very humble. But when you get to an investigation, you are serious. It is like, this is investigation time. I mean, that's kind of how I am. I mean, I remember the first time I was joking around with you and everybody was like, what the heck? I was like, he's a jokester. We're good like that. And we both got that personality where we will joke hard, but yet the moment it's time for an investigation, it's shut it down. Let's do what we're here to do. And that's what I really respected about you the first time I met you.
Wow. This is really
Shut up. Don't say anything. But
I'm going to not tell my story until after he's gone so that we don't take up his time.
I have to tell you, I respect the work that you do. I'm a researcher. I love history. I love digging deep and I love finding that piece of evidence that connects.
Compliments. I feel like Lady Gaga and Ariana Grande together in a duo because just rain on me.
It's like the head just went like this. I don't think I can see your head and screen anymore, Mustafa.
Well, actually, what I am going to say, just because I don't think he knew. When we went to the temple, when I was put in charge of making sure that everything's good for you, it was supposed to be demeaning for me. That was the reason I was put in that position. I was new on the team, so it was supposed to be demeaning. Okay.
The car.
I'm on it. She was like, I'm totally on it. I'm cool with this. I got this.
I did not care. But what ended up happening was I got to actually meet somebody who was down to earth, who was nice. They didn't expect you to be. They expected you to be mean and be awful to me. Or anything but what you did. So that's always my story when they talk about you.
Wow.
I remember him getting out of that little bitty car.
Hey, you know what they say about guys with big trucks? Well, I just follow the opposite, baby.
My son's 6'6", and he climbs out of the minivan, and he looks like this massive ape getting out. And I'm like, yeah, you rock that minivan, Daddy Ape.
Yes, it was, Jeremy.
So someone asked, what is your favorite piece of equipment?
I saw that. And you and I, Eileen, very, very in tune. I was just going to bring that up because I was like, "Oh man, okay, we'll do that." But favorite piece of equipment, it goes back and forth. It's kind of like your favorite kids. Whenever someone does something good, they're your favorite kid now.
Oh, you're supposed to have one of those. Like you're supposed to like your kids, really?
Yeah, the one I hate the least. No, that's actually awful. Oh my god, I feel bad even just.
I'm taking notes right now, so we're supposed to pick favorites, right? I'm not supposed to just equally like hate them all. And like,
I thought that was it, Jan. I thought that was the rule.
No, but I think my favorite has to be. I love. God, it's a long time, man. That EDI Plus.
I was gonna say, I think yours is the EDI Plus.
Oh yeah, Jeremy York. He also taught me about. I will say my favorite piece of consistent equipment is the EDI Plus, just because of how much it packs into a single package. In terms of all the different environmental factors that you can catalog. You got your EMF, barometric pressure. It's what I like about it. You can't manipulate it with other devices. You can't use a walkie to manipulate it. Not like the old school tri-fields, not like REM pods. So they're really cool. You got your gyroscope. No, sorry. You can detect vibrations. So that's cool too. But Jeremy York, he also introduced a really, really cool technique in paranormal investigations, and it has to do with just sub-frequencies, geophone. Thank you, Jeremy. Must be the methadone talking, but not just so sleep deprived.
I'm heading to Jersey.
Why? No, but the dog whistle's great, and I've implemented it a lot in investigations at other events over the years, and it's been really, really cool.
So, do you ever use any of the old school stuff? Do you ever use like the flower on the floor for footsteps or see if something moves? Do you ever go with the old school?
Yeah. We were actually at Octagon Hall, season 2 of Haunted Discoveries, and
yep,
did that too.
You saw my parrot thug there too, I think.
No saying parrot thug. What? Yeah, we were so. People said that they saw the mannequins in one of the rooms moving around.
I love Octagon.
So I was like, oh yeah. Yes. Octagon was very, very cool. And we got some really cool stuff there.
Was Crazy Todd there too? Todd
Crazy
SQ?
Todd. I don't know.
Todd, were you at Octagon that night? Or was it just Bear and them? But anyways, keep going. I'm just barely talking to Todd.
I will ramble. The one thing that I've always known this about myself, but painfully becoming aware of it after looking at cuts in the show, is like I'm literally sitting there screaming at the screen and being like, Mustafa, just get to the goddamn point, you miserable piece of garbage. I was just like looking at the crew.
Well, what fun is it if you don't discover every rabbit hole? You have to go down every rabbit hole to find your favorite rabbit hole that you want to go down.
There's only one rabbit hole I've ever liked, and
and I hope you married it.
Those damn cocktails.
Poor Nick would have fallen out of his chair now.
Just call me Thumper. You know what I'm saying? We're good.
I knew I loved you for a reason, Mustafa.
All right.
Eileen. Yeah. Listen
didn't
to
say
this
it.
sordid little affair going on there.
Favorite Christmas song. All right. So I have this very weird thing. Is like when I like a song, I'll listen to it like 9 times in a row, and I will like, if I have a favorite part, or if I just didn't like the mood I was in when the song starts, I'll restart it like a minute in, and I've done this multiple times. Doesn't matter what time of year it is, with Christmas Wrapping by the Waitresses. That opening of the song where it's like, I know every part of that song, and I add in like my own little, like, they have the horns like, ha, and I just like, I love that song, man. I love Christmas wrapping. Of course, All I Want for Christmas Is You. But somebody did, Plankton from SpongeBob SquarePants, that character, the little green guy. Somebody did, they did all these AI covers of songs. Plankton's cover of Mariah Carey's All I Want for Christmas Is You is better than the original. I don't listen to the original anymore.
I'll have to listen to that.
I agree. My son sent me that, and I was like,
heard it.
Yeah, this is the bomb.
I
still like Alvin and the Chipmunks.
Oh yeah. Hey, remember in like the early days of like 2000s hip hop, where like for 3 years it was all Alvin and the Chipmunks? They put into that. Like, gonna be. I was like, yo, why the hell are all these like hard like rappers putting Alvin, Simon, and Theodore in like their songs?
Because they're hardcore. I mean, come on, Theodore's hard.
Yeah,
Theodore's a thug.
I mean, you want to talk, man? You give those guys could cause some damage, dude. They could sneak in and out, and yeah, I could see that. All right.
They taught me I could ride in a balloon around the world and stash money and diamonds in it. So
you've done that?
No, but you want to? I'll get the balloon. We can just go there in Africa.
Oh man!
Just hot air balloon out.
They got Wi-Fi.
We'll put a booster on the basket.
All right, nah, I'm in, man.
So when you dove into the writing, did you enjoy that more or less than filming? Or is it just totally different scenario?
No, I think so what I like about filming, right, is that and this isn't necessarily like an idea that's 100% mine. The way I'm going to phrase this is from a very good friend of mine. His name's David Vadim. He's a really, really, great actor and very talented artist. And he says that when everything that you're working on is ultimately a relationship, right? And you're gauging and fighting to be as good in that relationship and play out that relationship the way you need to do whatever it is that you're doing, right? So the stuff that you're working with that you need to express or accomplish when you're on camera, or whether you're dating somebody or whether you have a friend or whether you're raising your kids, is the same thing that you're going to be using like in your writing, right? But the difference between writing and being on camera is that when you're writing stuff, there's no immediate kind of like challenge right in front of you. So it's you saying all the things that you want to say, and you could come up with theoretical arguments that challenge it, which is good. You should, because that's what refines your points. But on camera, what I like about it is it feels more rewarding when you can really, really express something and in an entertaining way where you're like really, really playing the situation out in real time. Like that, I don't know if that sounds very woo-woo or theoretical.
Yeah. Live action versus you can sit down and you can take your time and you can adjust, you can think about it, where you can ponder writing, and then you get on film though and something's happening, that's in that instant, and you have to go with your instincts instead of questioning what's going on around you. So
it's like the guy. It's like the guy who talks a big game over text, and then he's done in 2 minutes by the time he comes over, and then versus the guy who or what? Yeah, yeah. And he doesn't know. And he doesn't know how to use it. And he doesn't know how to use it. Like,
right. There's no motion in the ocean. It's just flat, like swamp water.
Swamp water. You've been dating, woman.
You got to paddle through that grayness,
I just made a comment to someone today that I don't have the best pick when it comes to friends.
No, you have great taste. Look at me.
That's my point.
On the other hand, Mustafa, what does she saying about you? She says, she says, you guys are cool. So she doesn't.
Yeah, what does that say about you?
Here.
See, now she puts it off on us. Like, no, I'm not talking about you. It's them.
Shoot, I don't take any offense. I mean, it's fine.
This is for Todd and Ernie.
Yeah, my favorite piece of equipment just came out. It's being printed off as we speak. Brad's making multiples of them. It's called the Rembob. And
what's it called?
It's a Rembob.
Rembob.
We'll send you pictures. Yeah.
It looks like a bob.
Okay.
Why don't you explain it? Maybe that might help.
Yeah, and it's
bob, like a bob hairstyle.
No, like a
battery operated boyfriend bob.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, very cool.
Yeah, Adrian's getting that for Christmas.
Does he do a lot of investigations with April Bissett? I did a few. I love Flumeri Promotions. Is Ray Savino. He's a really cool guy, and a really good and honest investigator. And his team is pretty great. They're based out of Virginia. Did so many events with him. Usually more like a year and a half, a year ago, and I'm gonna hopefully do another one with him next year. But yeah, April Bissett was on a few of those cases. Haven't really investigated with her a lot recently, but yeah, I did. I think about like 4 events she was there.
I know Ray was very nice when I met him as well.
Legitimate guy, very, very good.
So what is your favorite place, like of all time, that you went and you did research on and like you went and investigated and it just blew your mind?
My ex-girlfriend's mom's house. I went there after her and I broke up to like complain to her mom, and then things got a little heated. And then I just joking. I was
like, well, where is this going?
Yeah, I went to meet.
And you realize the whole family was possessed, and you got.
No, I slept with my ex-girlfriend's mom to get back at her for breaking up with me.
Well, I mean, tomato, right? I mean, we have to do what we have to do.
I'll tell you what, tomatoes were not involved.
But the tomato was.
Potato was.
Just saying. No, but it's really hard. I think, okay, in the last season of Haunted Discoveries, it's going to change on the day, but there's a few ones that kind of cycle out. I think Whitehall in Richmond, Kentucky. That's probably it. Whitehall, Cassius Clay, you know who Muhammad Ali, Cassius Clay was named after. Brokered the sale of Alaska. If you look up this guy's story, he's an absolute he's like an American psycho in the best way. I mean, this guy was awesome. Crazy life. And people think that he was still in that house even long after he died. And yeah, it was a really great investigation. And I just saw the cut of it. Maybe that's why I'm liking it so much. You know, Brandon just sent me a cut and I was watching it. But it was cool because we had a hypothesis as to why we weren't getting any type of correspondence on our when we're trying to like have interactions. And I was like, yo, this is a guy who's accomplished so much in his life, and he sees a bunch of goobers like us coming into his crib. It's like I'd be like, don't even talk to me, you dingleberry. Like, what are you doing? Like, oh, hey, you like living here? Like, you know? So
let me touch this device for you. Yeah.
Yeah. So he's not a dancing monkey. So we had to like, I don't know. I think it was just that, like I said, that live thing where we just kind of readjusted our approach. And Cassius Clay was like, among many things, was kind of like also, he had his own paper called True American, which he was like, he set up to like blow up if anybody tried to like attack his newspaper company. Like he had like a fail-safe plan for that, which is like nuts. But this guy was also like one of America's first tabloids, and he was like airing out his own relationship drama with his wife, like via publication, which is like weird. And anyway,
he wanted that fame. He was bound and determined to just, yeah.
But he was also like not just like, you know, these loser dudes on like social media who like, you know, show themselves hitting a punching bag, and then it's like, you know, you step to them and like PP shrinks in 2 seconds. But then like, hey, he was Cassius Clay was like a dude who, Assassin tried to kill him at like some, gathering. He was like a little older in age. Guy from Louisiana went, stabbed him. He takes the knife out of his shoulder and starts trying to kill this guy with a Bowie knife. And the people started feeling bad for how bad Cassius Clay was beating him up, that they threw the assassin over a cliff to try to save the assassin's life because Cassius Clay was just brutalizing him. But anyway, so we adjusted our approach, and because of his documented arguments with his like wife, Malia and we started getting into like, I started intentionally being like very, very like accepting of Cassius Clay's like affairs and being like it was her fault, like his wife's fault, like being very, very like devil's advocate. And we started this. Then we hit an emotional note, I guess, in that investigation, and we started documenting some really crazy things.
See that, and that takes talent to be able to switch it from what you're used to doing or what comes natural, to be able to switch it. I mean, that's like talking to different people that you're wanting a certain answer out of them, live people, and you have to kind of tiptoe around it and pull it out slowly. My son, you guys know what this is. I'm pure country. I don't have a clue what the hell y'all are talking about on this, but he texts me. He found Plankton's Careless Whisper, whatever the hell that is.
Yeah.
Plankton's Careless Whisper. I've heard that one.
I forget which one Goofy does that I absolutely love. It's a heavy metal one too.
Goofy did it? Oh, Evanescence. Eileen,
yeah.
Text. I just saw your text, Eileen.
That's
Brad sent me a picture of what y'all were talking about, so I forwarded it over to him.
Oh, I bet you did. I bet you did.
I think I have the same model.
Fort Duffield and the Ditto House. That's kind of close to where you were talking about in Kentucky, right?
Ernie.
That's Ernie's house.
We definitely, we definitely gotta go.
Oh my gosh!
Hopefully in the spring, we're gonna be filming again. March, I believe, 27th till April 26th, or March 26th to April 27th. I don't remember which.
Okay, I'm gonna tell you, if you come even to Tennessee and I don't get a message that you're even that close, I promise you, I'm gonna hunt you down. I'm just saying.
If you're smart, you won't do that.
Are you Adrian tonight?
He's Brad. I'm Adrian. We're good.
Eileen, maybe I want you to hunt me down. Maybe that's what I like. Maybe that's what I'm looking for. Maybe that's what I'm missing in my life.
Take her, bury her in your trunk, and
pop.
Just throw me in the back of that trunk and just stab me in the neck. just throw me in your trunk, Eileen. Hi. Hi, what's up, Superfly? How you doing? How are you? Wow. So
who is that, Evelina? Who is that?
Is that Mustafa?
Yes, it's my
It's your what? Is that your boyfriend?
Oh my God.
Is that your husband, sweetie?
Oh man, I'm so flattered. You made me so happy today when you said that. You ready for Christmas?
Yeah.
Yeah, all right. Cool. What did you tell Santa you wanted for Christmas?
I don't know.
You don't know? What a sweetheart.
Mustafa's your Christmas present, isn't he?
She wants to go ride on a train. She wants to go ride on the Polar Express. So I don't know where we want to go. Durango.
You got to come here to do that. You got to come to Colorado.
There's ones in Arizona and New Mexico too.
I don't care about those.
So I think that's what we're going to do for Christmas is we're not even going to do presents. We're just going to go make a memory. We're going to go ride the Polar Express.
Cool. That's very cool.
All right. You say bye?
Bye.
Love you, Abby.
Bye. Well,
when are you going to come to New Mexico? New Mexico has so many places, and I could take you to some of the coolest locations.
I got to tell you, I actually really, really love New Mexico, and I've been trying to get back to Fort Stanton for the longest time.
I live right next to Fort Selden.
Are you serious?
I live
not right next, almost on it.
live on the El Camino Real Trail, literally physically on it. My house is right in the middle of it.
That's so cool.
So, like, honestly, if you ever want to come down Old Mesilla, I can take you
She's got
to
an RV you can stay in.
Yeah, I got this nice fifth wheel you can stay in, and yeah, I can show you like some of the coolest bars that are known to be haunted in Old Mesilla, where Billy the Kid ran. I can take you to Pat Garrett's grave, Old Mesilla. Yeah, like
I might be doing that. My kids are like a little older now too, so like they like trips, and like I've been wanting to take them to like, because like every year it's like, you know, my wife will like, oh, let's go to Florida, and it's like the same old crap. And I'm like, nah, I've been wanting to I wanted to see.
Come take them to White Sands. That's where the kids were just at, White Sands, New Mexico. They filmed some Transformers out there. That's where all the aliens are seen. White Sands is, they have the oldest set of footprints. You know, the ones that were just certified that it's the oldest set of footprints. It's right over the mountain base from me. And White Sands is one of the 7 wonders of the world. It's white sand in the middle of the desert. Like it's.
I gotta go.
Yeah,
I'll do it.
Eileen, give you my number, and I'll take you and the kids and the wife. Let's go. Have fun.
Let's go.
It is amazing there.
I'm trying to buy a ranch that was Geronimo's stronghold.
Oh wow! Yeah, I didn't know that.
That's badass. Imagine investigating that.
I'm selling my house to buy the ranch so that nobody messes with that energy. And I want to investigate it. I want to study it. And I have permission too from the Indians, you know, so.
You should do it.
Look at Brad's comment, Adrian.
Yeah. So, I mean, and what's funny is like, you're one of the people I was like, you know, I bet you he could find research on this thing, because I can't find any research on the place that I want to buy. Like, it's very slim, and it's just the remains.
Yeah. Actually, you know what?
I know Geronimo hit out there.
Yeah. Well, I'm a pretty decent researcher, but one of Brandon's close friends, who I met, who I love, and we have him on Family Spirits now. He's like the host of the show. And his name's Craig Owens, and I think it's Haunted by History online.
Haunted by History, I've heard that. Yeah,
He is. You have a conversation with him on the phone. If it should be a 2-minute call, it's a 35-minute one. But that's just the nature of how he is. He's so meticulous, but god damn,
he knows his shit.
Holy moly, he's good.
Now, with you being Muslim and all, do you ever use that in your paranormal investigations?
Yeah, I think a lot of it. I used to use that a lot. I think I was always kind of like, how do I put this without whatever? I mean, I was always, no, I'll just say, I was always very, very, very much about like forcing myself to be religious, even though I was trying to find things that I actually liked and using religion as like a means of like exploring those things. Because I was like, oh, I'm a religious guy, I'm this, I'm that. But like, I really wasn't. Like I when I practiced it, I was pretty devoted, like, you know, 5 times a day, praying, fasting all the time, Ramadan all the time, giving, like, literally, I would like give away like a lot of my money to people and like family members. Like I was like generous. I mean, there's all the Prophet lived. I'm gonna go do that. There's like, you know, I'm not gonna start bashing on Islam now, but you know, you find out like certain things about the religion and things like, oh, okay, well, this is kind of fucked up. I think so, and
I'm Catholic, so I think I probably know.
Yeah,
I get what you're stepping in.
I didn't know, but what I'm saying is, it's like it kind of just changed my perception, my perspective, and how I practice the religion, right? Mm-hmm. So instead of before, that was the main course of the investigation, where everything was kind of rooted in that. It's kind of taken No, my real interest and my real passion is this aspect of paranormal investigating, rather than opposed to kind of like using it as a means of like justifying to myself why Islam is the end all be all solution to all of humanity's problems, which is like this kind of, I think that kind of, for me anyway, that perspective of religion was harmful to me in the way I kind of shaped my relationships with people. And I thought it was very unhealthy for me anyway. And then, but now I can still use it just in terms of the kind of emotional connection I had to certain people or certain teachings and values that are good, that are, I think, in every religion has them, that are inherently good, and not just taken so literally.
Right. I'm Catholic, and everybody asks me, like, how can you be Catholic and believe in the paranormal? Well, if you read the Bible or you read anything, I mean, it says Holy Spirit, right? So it's spirit. That's a ghost, right? It's the Holy Ghost. So, I mean, the Catholic religion states that there are demons, right? So what is the difference?
Yeah, plus Catholic art reigns supreme. I mean, even when I was like super diehard Muslim, like I would go to mass. Like on Sundays, I would just sit there just because I loved like I was like, oh, you go to like a big church in New York City on Easter.
Oh, it was massive. Like, it's powerful, isn't it?
It was like I was like sitting there and I was like, God, I wish I was on like mushrooms and stuff back then. Like I was like taking stuff. Like it would have been dope, man. It was.
I had my second kid at a Catholic hospital, and I'm Baptist. Well, I'm not really. I believe in religion, but I'm not. I don't believe you have to. There's a one set religion, but because I believe in all different aspects of all different religions, but I was at a Catholic hospital, a nun walked in. I immediately grabbed my hands because I expected the nun come over and slap my hand with a ruler or something.
Oh my goodness.
My scar. I got one of those. I went to Catholic. I got you.
So now
it just happens to be on my fingers.
Now, one thing I think really intrigued me, listening to your book was what got you into the paranormal.
Mm-hmm.
That whole opening up your story there, it was kind of an emotional story to even hear.
Mm-hmm.
I couldn't imagine going through it. Do you ever think about going back or anything?
I have been several times, and I actually know the family that lives in the house, and I try to gauge their response, and they're very they just respectfully always kind of tell me no every time I go there to investigate or anything. Anytime I ask them if they've had any experiences, they always say nope. And maybe that's the case with them. Maybe they seem like, I also feel bad going, and because they just seem like that they're very happy, and like I don't want to go over there and just like
stir the pot.
Yeah, like why, like why do that? Like I know they feel for me and stuff, especially after like Ghost Hunters came out and all that. And one of them had reached out to me, and they were like, "Hey," so I went over and said hi, and they didn't. They're like, "There's," and weirdly enough, like when I walked into the house, in like the front, like we're just in the foyer. It was just like, I don't know, it just felt different. It just felt different.
I did, we all have our own stories. What got us into it? But I mean, your story really did touch. I will say that it was very, it had to have been kind of hard to kind of.
Yeah, I mean, that's the thing though. It's like everybody's got problems. Like, you know what I mean? It's like I don't like. Yeah, like everybody's got stuff that they went through, So, but like I was just trying to like kind of like rationalize why this stuff happened, like or like maybe that was like a reason why the was like paranormal activity that went on, but that was probably like maybe that had a lot to do with it. So that's why I was doing it. Like, you know, I'm not gonna sit here and cry about problems. Hey,
look,
it got
make
me
you smile.
to where
There
I
you go.
was. It got me to where I was. So like I'm very grateful for it. It could have been. It started bad and it was a crap situation, but I turned it into a good one. So hey, you know, suck up
Been there,
one life.
done that.
Suck a fat one life. Anyway, guys, I really gotta go. I am so
Go
sorry.
Go watch your thingy.
I will. I'm gonna go wash my
No.
thingy right now. I'm gonna go wash my thingy. I'll see you guys.
Okay.
You started it, Eileen. I didn't.
What? Oh, he's actually, he would have started it if nobody else did, so it's all right.
He's
But-
amazing. I absolutely.
Now, we're not going to skid past this. No, we're not. Brad.
Who's grounded, Brad? Ernie. Brad.
He's like, Miss Coffee's off now.
Yeah,
Brad.
I couldn't do it there because I wasn't going to take time away from him, but kiss my ass. All right, now we're good.
What amazing human being, honestly.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Like I will tell you, like I love him to death. He's so raw. He's so honest. You can see it in all of his work. And like Avelina does, you saw it. She adores him and she don't pick bad people, you know, and he just, I don't know. He's such a bright.
He really
person.
is. And like I said, the first time I met him, he was getting out of this little bitty car, and he's really tall. So he's getting out of this little bitty car, and someone else was outside smoking, and he comes over and he just instantly started talking to us. And I was like, okay, you know, and I was like, you know, you expect they go, you know, most people go in, just do their thing and get out. He was tired. We found him a place to sleep and all that. He didn't care. I mean, he had fun, you know.
I'm going to tell you what he did. The plane was late. I mean, the whole trip sucked for him. And I mean, it sucked. And mind you, he was not getting paid to go here. And he was already a celebrity at this point. This was not that long ago.
Just 2 years ago.
He did not get paid. Yep. He did not get paid to go here. And like I said, they put me as his grunt, which I really didn't care. That didn't mean shit to me. If he would have treated me like shit, so what? We got through the event. That's all I cared. But he didn't. What he did do without even knowing it, though, was he would text me on the plane, said, everything's late. I'm so sorry. It's a mess. And I'm like, it's okay. Get here when you get here. It's not like, you know, it's still going to happen. Don't worry about it. He snuck in after he talked to you.
Did. Yes, Ernie, he did. Yes, Ernie, he did.
I'm getting there. I am getting there. I'm getting there. He said he comes down the stairs. And we told him, go sleep for a little bit. Just go sleep for a little bit. You've got to be exhausted. And he was exhausted.
Okay, I'm gonna walk through my house. So because
I was gonna say, you're telling the story. I'm gonna walk to the door and actually have a cigarette. I didn't get one.
That's where I'm going.
No, I love you.
Y'all kiss my ass.
My vape just died.
But he did say, he was like, no, it's okay. He sat down for a minute, came down the stairs. The person that thought they were going to embarrass me by doing what they did was standing at the bottom of the stairs. And he didn't know me from Adam. I mean, he's obviously on Facebook, but that's it. And he looked down the stairs and said, Adrian? Yeah. He goes, here. And he said, thank you. Ignored everybody else for just that second to say thank you. Now, who does that? That's a celebrity. Not too many.
That's because he doesn't think of himself as a celebrity.
No, he doesn't.
He doesn't have that mindset. He doesn't have that attitude. And that's what makes him so freaking
and I didn't get to investigate with him but for maybe 30, 40 minutes because my husband was passing a kidney
But you
stone
sat
at
in my
that time.
lap right before we got to investigate.
Yeah. But he did, and he investigated. He took pictures with everybody that asked. He
didn't
gave
charge
up.
for autographs. He didn't.
No, he didn't. He gave up his money to this location. He gave up his money to this location.
And made sure to reset another event for that location to make more money later.
Yes, he did. And then there was one person there that we're not going to mention names. It's gone and done, but there was a person there that freeloader. There's no other word. He gave him his room. He gave him his room and left that room for him. You don't ask for better than that. I don't know of any other celebrity that's going to do that for someone ever. No ifs, ands, or buts, or any person, because there's not a lot of people that are just like that. But he was, and he even texted goodbye when I didn't get to say bye.
Yeah.
Do what?
I said Jeremy said he was.
Yeah, absolutely, he was.
Yeah, I think he messaged a lot of us to make sure he was able to tell us all goodbye.
Yeah.
But I'll never forget, he was walking in front of us, and I had Beth on the phone, and we were talking about his butt. He's got and he knows it. He's got a very nice butt.
That's what Abby. I wanted to tell him that.
Does.
Abby, the first time she goes, "Oh, he's so cute." Oh, and he turns around and she's, and he has the perfect tush.
Well, he was walking in front of me, and I had Beth Allen on, or we had, I think Rebecca had her, but we had her on FaceTime, and he started walking in front of us, and she's like, who the heck's butt is that? and then we were later, and of course, you know me, if you've ever met me, anybody, I don't think I did it to Ernie because, it's Ernie, but I'm going to slap your ass. And he was walking by me, and I slapped his ass. Everybody's like, did you really just slap his ass? I was like, and he's like, well, maybe I wanted to.
Yeah. I mean,
why can't I get my butt slapped?
Of course, he probably didn't want me to.
What's wrong with my butt?
Point.
You weren't there to have your butt slapped.
Yeah, you weren't there.
No, I was saying him.
No.
And why not?
Jeremy, I have a picture of you sleeping.
No, that's right. I was there. I was there during his presentation. That's how I heard his story. I haven't read his book, but that's how I heard that story.
Yeah, I don't even know his story.
Read it.
It's on. If you don't read, it is on audiobooks.
She reads. She reads.
That bookshelf behind me, it's full.
Mine's full. Mine are full too, but I do audio. And she can keep slapping it, Ernie, because I don't know if I want that gunk on me.
What was I just had a thought. Did somebody catch it? Because it just
went.
No, I think it went behind me.
Oh, I was saying I would love to show him the Southwest. Oh, him and the family, they would have such a ball down here. There's so much to do.
There's this one guy, Wes. He used to be on all of our podcasts, but evidently, I mean, he's the one who told me how good of a guy he was up front, and he, I mean, I guess they both live in Jersey, and he sees him at the grocery store he works at. And where are you going? Where are you going? Oh, sorry, I'm outside and they're unpacking, and I'm on a podcast.
He's going to beat you to that ocean.
I gotta plug my computer in. Did we just lose her?
Nope, I'm here. Unless I don't know I'm here. Am I here?
Yeah, you kind of paused.
Oh, I'm outside. Okay.
She paused to listen to see if he was going to talk some shit as he walked away from her.
He's right here. He's probably still talking shit in a minute.
Good. I would too if you were taking off somewhere. Oh, hell no.
Oh, he ain't happy.
I bet not. Mm-hmm.
So we have an investigation going on at my house.
So all the renovations are stirring up stuff?
No.
It's the people.
Oh, gotcha.
The right group of people got together is what happened.
Gotcha.
Yeah, and all of a sudden, let me tell you, it went crazy, and I was like, I need help.
You know what's funny though? We found out today that this group of people that had just met each other.
Yeah, you want to talk about
the same circle of friends in other states that we had no clue.
And it's all connected, and it's so crazy, Eileen. You guys on that are listening, you guys wouldn't believe the spider web that we have found that connects like this negative energy pod that seems to be following everybody. It's just crazy. Because we're like, how are we all connected? We have to be connected some way. Somebody mentioned a name,
we were just connected because we all went to the Abbey.
We went to the Abbey. No, ends up that we ran with the same people and back. Yeah,
we did crazy. That here. My first time ever investigating, like with equipment and all, the Mississippi house. I got a phone call. My son was in boot camp, and so I got a phone call wanting to know if I wanted to go investigate because I was kind of a little depressed. And so I went on, came back home. The next morning, I get an email or a Facebook message says, "How did you like my mom's house?" I was like, "Okay, first of all, who's your mom?" And I found out, and I was like, "Oh, it was a really cool experience." Da da da. Well, then she proceeded to say, "Well, how do you know Michael Jones?" Well, first of all, I'm married. I've been married at this point to Michael for 20-something years or whatever. So my question is, if you don't know me, how the hell do you know Michael Jones?
Right.
Yeah. How the hell do you know my husband?
And so found out that the homeowner's daughter was my husband's ex-fiance. And me and her got into it. She's since passed. We
That's awesome though.
We buried the hatchet, but she ended up when I was pregnant with my son, me and her had a 2-hour conversation about how she wanted my husband back. So we kind of had some hatchets to bury there. And so then come to find out the landowners came to Mississippi with my family. The landowners that are supposedly haunting the location or may possibly be haunting it came down to Mississippi with my family, and to the point that one of the relatives married one of my relatives. So there was all these ties tying my family into somehow or another this location.
Isn't that interesting how that works? Just nothing. I don't, as an energy worker, I don't believe in coincidence.
Oh no. And Brad, my husband will get it when it comes. He'll hold on to it for me.
Hey, Brad. That poor man.
Brad got me a gift coming.
Let me tell you what. He probably has some really good life insurance on her.
A different Brad. And he's got a gift he's sending.
Yeah, I didn't get mine today either.
I can't get life insurance on him, and he's the one that's terminal. But yet he's got life insurance on me.
Yeah, I can't get it on Zach. I mean, I can, but it's like $5,000.
It's outrageous. It'll be like more to get it than I'd get out of it. Move, Bear.
Mm-hmm. It's like $5,000 that I can get, but for me, I can get $50,000.
See, I think he gets almost $1 million, so he's good.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, so he's poisoning you slowly. He says he's terminal, but really he's not terminal. You're the one that's terminal.
Hold on. My dog is trying to get into my bedroom, and my cats are in the bedroom, and they haven't met yet. Back up. Okay, I'm going on mute and stopping camera for a second.
Nick got a cockroach, and Jeremy got.
I already know why you're worth more than $1 million.
Okay. I had to read that again. I'm like, okay, punctuation there, Ernie. No way, comma, you're worth more than $1 million, or no way in hell you're worth more than $1 million. I was looking for that comma. It's not there.
Poor Nick. I feel bad for Nick.
Mm-hmm.
I bet you he's not even watching.
Yeah, he was. Yes, he was. Yes, he was. I tell you what, this shit has been no joke this year. No. Last year we had it. I mean, yes, we felt a little tired, a day or two done, over with, gone. My whole house had COVID. I'm the only one that didn't get it. But here I come down with this influenza A bullshit, and it is no joke.
Yeah, it's no if one thing doesn't get you, another thing's going to get you this year. Elderberry people.
Oh, I've got it, and I'm taking it double.
Yeah, we've got it bad going around here. In fact, I can't use my bathroom yet because the plumbers have my bathroom torn apart, and my plumber comes down with the flu.
This flu is out. I mean, I've had the flu. Yay, whoop-dee. You know, a couple of days, you're done. This is no joke.
Look,
like, I'm still shaky, and it's been since the first big day was Saturday. I started having a fever Friday night.
I'll be right back.
No shit. I mean, it is absolutely awful. Zach still got it.
I hate that Nick couldn't be on because I could just see Nick falling out of his chair on some of that conversation.
He would just turn red.
I'm wondering how many times he fell out of the chair just watching.
I don't think it's possible. I just don't think he could even laugh at this point. My dad and I've been sick with the cold. Angelia had a touch of it a few weeks ago. Did you test for influenza or COVID or anything? Especially your dad? Because he's a tough guy. I have no doubt about that. But neither of you did. Jeremy. I guess if you're coming out of it, there's not much you can do. There's not much you can do about it. But they gave Zach, because I think in the first 48 hours of knowing you have it, you can take this antiviral. And so he calls the doctor, said, my wife just tested and I've got it. I'm starting to feel really bad. They sent him this pill. Okay. He goes to pick it up. Box this big, this tall, one pill in it. One pill. Apparently it works. I don't know. But this stuff is not a joke. I want nothing else to do with it ever again. Ever.
When we got back from Alabama from our conference, there's probably about 100 and something people that were there. Over 35 people came back with the flu.
I tell you what, and that's how I got it. Was one of the ladies that I took with me to go show her the paranormal store. I had no idea. She said, my kids are sick, or my grandkids are sick. I didn't know they lived in the same house. She said, my grandkids are sick. They're at the hospital. While we were there, she said they tested positive for flu. I thought, okay, no big deal. The next day I see her post on Facebook. After I come home from an investigation, I bundled up in bed, couldn't get warm. What is wrong with me? Next morning, there was no getting up, and I saw her post on there. I've been down with the flu for 2 days now, and I'm like, thanks. That's great.
Well, I just joke because I didn't come back with the flu. I told them they just didn't drink enough tequila.
That might have been my issue since I was on an investigation.
I had drank like that night that I think everybody got sick. I think I had like 5 or 6 tequila sunrises.
I'll tell you what, that'll kill you. That'll kill anything.
So they didn't drink tequila.
Nick, I didn't see Nick on there. I guess I thought I saw.
He was on earlier. Like I said, I could just imagine trying to laugh out of the chair, but being too sick to do it. God bless his heart.
He has had one thing after another. His migraines, and then this. He just cannot catch a break. But he works in the public too.
Mm-hmm. See, I work in the public, but I'm lucky enough that we can still be a part. Like, I haven't been using the golf cart. I'm making sure they follow me to an apartment if I have to go show an apartment in the car. And we got distance anyways because, you know, we're showing strangers inside vacant apartments.
Mm-hmm.
And so we distance anyways to make sure there's a we can get out if needed, because we've had situations like that. And so, and then after that, my office is, like I said, I'm the last person they ever talk to anyways, but my office is kind of in the back, so I get a little fortunate there.
Yeah, it was my own stupidity for, well, yeah, let's just go and who cares? And yeah, I just passed COVID, so I'm invincible. The hell I was. I just thought I was. But, you know, it does say something that I have kind of an immune system. It just got knocked down a notch or two with everybody having it. What did you do, Jen?
I don't work with the public. I don't go near the public. I stay away from the public. The public is icky. People are icky. I'm not a people person. I am, but I'm not. Like, yeah, believe it or not, like, Eileen, get me into public and I have to like be like forcefully nice.
Believe it or not, I'm actually shy.
So am I. Yeah.
It takes me, I have to know you to really, or I have to be in my type of environment. Don't put me in a, like, we
awkward
have,
situation.
huh?
Like, okay, so if I go out, just as long as I'm going to the bar and I initiate conversation and I make myself look stupid first, I'm okay. But if they come up and initiate conversation and then I make myself look stupid, I'm not okay.
Well, like we have every year, we have a gala we have to go to. It's even my industry, but we have to dress up. So I'm kind of out of my element because I have to be in formal wear, and
that's coming soon,
huh?
That's coming soon.
Yep, it's January. I just had my interview today for Property Manager of the Year again. So, but the that's just not my element, dressing up like that. But now you give me a few alcoholic beverages, I'm fine. But I'll have my little clique that I hang out with at it. But I don't, even though I know all these people, I'll talk to them on a professional level. Mm-hmm. But as far as once it starts getting into that, I have to ease myself. But if you get me, like, say you take me to someone's birthday party and all I know is you, I'm going to sit back until I've, examined my environment before I start chit-chatting.
Mm-hmm. Not me. I get in there and start running I don't give two shits. Like me, don't like me, I don't give a fuck. It's not my place to make you like me. If you do, you do. You don't, you don't.
Well, I think that's what I'm evaluating is who do I want to talk to? Do I want to talk to anybody? Is it worth my time? I'm just kind of sitting back and evaluating the situation. I mean, like, I don't know if Ernie's still on. I'd talk to Denise all day long, but I try to avoid Ernie.
You do a real good job of that, too.
RSV is big at my school. RSV is awful, man. RSV is so quick.
Adult RSV.
Yeah.
I mean, don't kiss the babies. It's not because we don't want you to love the babies. We want you to love the babies. Just don't kiss the babies. It's awful. Oh, God. The grandkids came down with RSV. Remember that? Oh, man. That was so freaking bad. I was so worried about them. It scared the crap.
And that's what Mason, we were asking him today because when he comes down here, we're only 5 hours from Kayla. So we were asking him, do you want us to follow you to Kayla's? And that way we can all see each other because Kayla, bless her heart, she's kind of standoffish from people. And she wants to make her own family traditions at home for Christmas and not have to fight over whose family she wants to go to for Christmas. She has made that stand, and I'm proud of her because that way there is no argument.
Right.
Home for Christmas, period. No parents are upset or both are upset. Who gives a shit? But that's the way it is. And so Mason goes, Mom, I don't know. I really don't want to travel that far and then bring some germs to that baby. And I was like, yeah, you're probably right. So we'll see how long he's here. See if, I still can't get Mom and Dad better. Like it's one thing after another.
That's the old people.
Well, if they'd stop going to old people homes, that might change a little bit. They keep going to visiting this one little lady, and I know that's where they're getting some of this stuff, and it's got to stop.
Don't slow them down.
No, it sure did.
They're not children. They're adults. They can figure it out.
You
They're
sure?
people. They've been sick before, you know.
From where I'm sitting, that's not the case at all. I'm having to smack. No, stop going.
That's because we're getting older, Jeremy. We're getting older, and we notice these things. Our aches and our pains and our sicknesses come to the surface quicker and faster. And it's just like every year time goes by faster because we're getting older and closer to death. It's a slingshot effect. It really is.
And not to mention that the viruses are getting worse. They are just getting worse.
No, they're not getting worse. They're the same. Our immune systems are getting worse because we're not eating right and we're not doing what's right for our body. If we did what's right for our body and we ate right, the viruses would stand no chance. Get rid of your GMO, go all natural, go healthy. And
I've actually, I'm a Starbucks girl, Brad, and I go get my Starbucks when I pass by it and all that. Well, now that I've moved here, there's a loaded tea place, a nutritional place, literally around the corner. It's the first shopping center when you leave my neighborhood. And I've actually, the last 2 days, I've gotten a loaded tea. And I've always laughed at them, but I've actually been, one day, for some reason, ever since I moved in here, I wake up at 4 a.m. Don't ask me why. I wake up at 4 a.m. And I've been going to bed about 9 p.m., something like that, my time, because I'm waking up at 4. Well, the other day I woke up about 3 and couldn't go back to sleep. My husband was awake, so we went outside. We built a fire, smoked a cigarette, and all that at 3 a.m. I was exhausted. I went and got a loaded tea, did not go to bed till midnight. I was like,
that's not good for me.
No, it's amazing. I told Adrian, I said, I started, okay, well, now that I'm kind of better, I'll be honest with it. For the past, 2-3 months, I've been really sick. My kidney function went down. And I was completely at colitis, and they were telling me, we can't fucking fix you. And I was like, you know what? If you're not going to do anything for me, I've got to do something for myself. So I literally went and grabbed this Alive tea. It's a mushroom tea. And I was like, I'm just going to try it. It says it detoxifies. Yeah. Look at my face this week. It's like completely different. It's cleaning my system out, everything.
See, I've been getting the ones with collagen and ginseng, but I make sure I get it with collagen.
See, and it's really
I'm taking my collagen pills too.
I changed my diet, and like this week with the girls here, we're doing the home investigation, right? And actually, we're doing some really cool like experiments with Abby, because Abby is just so intuitive with energy, and it's interesting to watch the energy like. How do you want to put it, Adrian? Because you've seen it. It like
she has no second guesses about it. She just like, you ask her, what's there? Oh, it's this.
It's you see how cute she is, right?
Right.
She's sitting around with oh God, what is it? EMF reader. Okay. We're going on the walk, right? And she goes, if there's anybody here, can you tap this device? And all of a sudden it starts lighting up, and we're like, are you kidding me? Right? She then goes, oh, are you hungry? Like, that's her 5-year-old concern, talking to a spirit.
She asks it all the time. Do you want to eat? Are you hungry?
Aww. Do you have a wife? Do you have kids? Well, how many kids do you have? It's so cute to see where
and that's not really what a kid her age asks anyway. So there's got to be a little bit more to it.
Right. And this thing is responding, and it's only responding to her. Adrian watched the footage. In fact, Stephanie might chime in here and start talking about it. And then all of a sudden, do you want to come home with me? You want to walk with me home? And the spirit never passed the gate. Like he walked her home. She told us like he was tall and he's Indian. She could see him and she's communicating with him. But she's just so cute. We go to Fort Selden, literally right down the road. We can walk to it. And she's holding this device, and she goes, oh, my friend's here. If you're here, friend, can you tap my device? And all of a sudden the device just lights up, and I'm going, are you kidding me, kid?
But she's drawn pictures and she's been able to draw. She's been able to say what's there before we could understand what she's actually saying.
Yeah.
She tried to tell me things, and I'm like, okay, translate. What is she saying? Because it's just this year I can understand what she's telling me.
You know how 4-year-olds are.
Right.
They have their own language. It's like if she tells you, you got for Eileen, you got for this. It's forget. You forgot this. It's got for. You got for me.
Does she still say that?
Yeah.
Oh, gosh.
Mommy, you got for your phone.
We were talking to the kids because, when you're moving, you're coming across things that, oh my God, I hadn't seen this in years type thing. And we came across something, and I went to my son. He'll be 22 next month. And I went up to him. I went, easy, Sethy, easy. Because when we would go down, we had this real thin hallway when he was little. And we were in a little 3-bedroom house. And I would go run down the hallway. It was a long hallway. I'd run down the hallway to spank him because he was doing something wrong. He would cover his butt with one hand. And then he would turn around and go look at me and go, easy, mommy, easy.
My boys used to do this whole thing. I'd get so mad, and they continue to do it, and they still do it. They go, chill.
I saw both of them do that shit to you.
Yeah, but she watched both of my boys. I was getting frustrated with them, and they both looked at me, and they're so big. They're so much bigger than I am, right? And they're just looking at me. They're like, chill. I'm like, fuck you, kids. I got to tell you, though, Nate learned that little trick, right? When somebody was irritating him. So the school bully got mad because this kid, like the class bully, this poor kid that sat next to him got really sick, and he puked all over the bully's desk. And they were like in first, second grade or whatever. And you know how mean little kids are. Nate goes, dude, do me a favor. And the teacher is telling me this. And she just looked over at Nate as he was talking to this kid. And the kid goes, what do you want me to do? And Nate goes, chill. Like
Mm-hmm.
It works though.
Mm-hmm.
It's either that or they me around.
I tease Mason all the time because he could never say snake. It was snike.
Snike.
Of course, we lived in Kentucky. It was snike. And he still, to this day, I'll say, what is that? He'll say, what is it? It's a snake, huh?
Dylan, we always used to say it's time to go. Like, let's go. It's time to go. And for some reason, he came up with Tikada. It's time to go Tikada.
One day, me and my son, my youngest son, which my youngest son is my mini me. He will say whatever comes out of his mouth, but he's going to do it politely, and he's going to make you laugh.
He's not you.
Well, as more politely than his father. Let me put it that way. My husband, yeah, he doesn't say anything politely. And then, so one day he was probably about 8 years old, and him and my oldest son, which my oldest son's now 28, so there's a huge age gap between them. One's 16, one's 28. And so my oldest son's best friend was sitting there on the back of the truck, and we were talking about the neighbor kid's new girlfriend. So my son, like I said, he's about 8. He said, let me see her. And he goes, all right. He goes, is she hot? And so we're sitting there talking. So he goes, I asked if she's effing hot. I looked at my son. I said, what'd you say? He goes, no, Mom, I didn't say that. I didn't say that. What I said was, she's effing. No, I didn't say effing. He just kept saying the word over and over, trying to say he didn't say the word. And at that point, all I could do was laugh. I couldn't even get on to him.
Right. You're like, you just screwed up, buddy. Like, just go ahead, continue to stumble.
He said it probably about like 10 times. Now, this is my same son that just told me he made a sex swing.
Yeah.
As I have him help me make Jell-O shots.
You know what? Yeah. You know what? Hold on. But did your son ever look at you, okay, and go, you know what? You ready to be a grandma? because I'm going to make you one tonight.
No.
Oh.
And I turned around and I looked at him. I said, "Excuse the hell out of me." He goes, "I smell the ovulation on her. You're going to
Okay,
be
so we just went
And
to
he knocked her up that night. He knocked her up that night. I am dead serious. Eileen, I swear to you, ask Adrian. He knocked her up that night. Less than a month later, we started at the same time, and I noticed that she wasn't asking for anything, right? So I make a phone call and I'm like, "Hey, dude, right? You need to bring home some Sprite, some crackers, folic acid, prenatal pills, and a pregnancy test." Right?
Your son just called you out.
Which one?
Mason.
Oh, tell him I love him.
He said, he's told me better clear all this shit up before he gets here with the sickness. He said, and Jan is not shy. And he said, my face is completely different. EDGEIN.
What?
Ed James? I don't know. But we're talking about the snake, and he said, that's a nope rope. No, that's a snake. But he said, I'm dropping amazing commentary, but I'd get in trouble if she knew I called her Ed Jane.
Mm-hmm. That's okay. Just remind him I am mommy mom and who feeds him.
I want to know what that means.
So,
yeah, you got busted by Jeremy too.
What was I saying? Oh my goodness, about my son.
The pregnancy test.
So Meg comes home, right, from work, and she sees this all on her bed. The next morning, she comes upstairs, pours a cup of coffee, slams the vitamins down on the table in front of me, making sure I'm watching her, right? She looked at me. She popped the pills in her mouth. She drank a cup of coffee. I said, "You ready?" She goes, "Nope, but I guess I'm going to be."
Well,
She's
like
so
I said,
cute.
This whole show just went triple X because I'm going to tell y'all. So the same 16-year-old, and sorry, Jeremy, you're not here to stop me, but there's a towel that hangs above his light switch. It's a Hooters golf towel. That was his grandfather's, my father-in-law's. And he's trying to make his room a smart room, so he wanted to put his Alexa tablet on his wall. And I said, it would look good above your light switch. And he goes, "But my Hooters towel is there." I said, "Baby, why don't we just move the Hooters towel and hook it to your bed? Because that's where you're going to need it for cleanup."
Right?
He's like, "Dabs, Mom."
Stick it underneath between the mattresses. Nobody needs to see the Hooters towel.
Well, my oldest boy, when he was about 15, now he's shy. You want to talk about shy? That boy still doesn't talk unless you make him. And he was going to visit a girl one day, or not girl. Him and his guy friends were out walking one day, and had been walking like every day for a week. And these boys didn't go anywhere. I was like, "Is there a girl down the street that y'all going to see or something?" He's like, "No, Mom." And his manly, "No, Mom." He goes like to the end of the driveway and must have come back, stuck his head at the door, inside the door. And I'm on the couch. He goes, "Mom, why do I need a girl for when I got this?" He realized he had said it to me, slammed the door, and took off. I'm a smart ass, okay? So I had to go to the store that night, and I go back to his room, knocked on the door, teenage boy, knocked on the door. I know he's on the computer. So I walk over to his computer desk. I slam a bottle of lotion on his desk and says, "Well, since you got this, you might need this."
Yeah, no chafing.
Hey, sweetheart.
Jen, so we just figured out okay, he called you this, and I'm about to send it to one young man that can put it on here so everybody can see what he called you.
What did he call me? Mason, you were my favorite child.
I thought we determined that that's the one we hate the least.
Mason, you're my favorite child. What did you call me?
As soon as I find how far down, I'm just going to send it straight to Jeremy. I still want to know where he got this, but okay.
I'm going to spank him, aren't I? He's going to
Probably. But you're going to know exactly what it means as soon as you see it. Because you're from there. You'll understand. I do not. Till I read it.
I am a Weta.
You know, the Weta has nothing to do with it. He's from Wisconsin. He wore people's bodies.
I am not a serial killer. That's like, although you know what?
You just haven't been caught.
Mason's right. Mason's right. Ed Gein. I love Ed Gein. Ed Gein is pretty freaking like amazing. Like psychologically, you should like.
You mean psychotically?
No, you know what? I this is gonna sound really screwed up. I love studying like the psychological nature of people who are tormented.
Oh, he was tormented, all right. He tormented others.
Well, but who tormented him?
Oh, it's because you said your face was different.
Yeah, that's why I caught it.
Sounded like it. Okay.
I put lotion on my skin.
She said her face was different. New person?
Oh, so yeah, this tea. Oh my gosh. Eileen, seriously?
Also,
try it.
Now she's a serial killer with tea.
That's right, because it changes my face. See, it's the Ed Gein tea.
I'm never drinking it again.
Now, Adrian, did it work?
I would have to say so, but I don't know for sure until I get over this and can actually feel again.
It does not taste like mushrooms. That's the thing. Oh man,
no, not at all.
Not at all, dude. Like nothing about it says mushroom, like in the taste. Nothing. And I love mushrooms, and I can taste mushrooms. You know, fun guys. Anyways, I'm waiting for Eileen to laugh.
She's busy texting her son about what he's doing in his room right now.
The taste of fun guys kind of a specific taste. And I can't taste that.
I'm not even going there. No, I'm not.
Yeah, what's so bad is we're right here.
I am not.
It's just like my favorite food, to get at the Chinese restaurant is cream of Songyang Gai.
Okay, before we get this show,
Jeremy, you allowed us to be.
Before we get this show banned, because we've already got problems with YouTube.
YouTube what?
YouTube is banning stuff left and right, worse than Facebook.
And Chinese food?
It wouldn't surprise me anymore. But we're going to cut this show. So Jeremy can get some rest.
Yeah, I got to go pack too. So
before I start this coughing fit again.
Yes, and Eileen, I do want to run some of this stuff by you. I think you'll think it's interesting what we're catching here and what's going on. I think Adrian might agree.
Adrian, send her my cell number, but text me that it's you, or I won't answer if you call.
Do I have to call Sweet Booty? Can I be Sweet Booty Jan?
No, baby, you can be my Booty Jan.
Yeah.
Y'all can have that booty for right now, but when I'm better, that's my booty.
But yeah, I want to share with you some of this evidence. I'll have to send the videos over like Messenger, but like I want to talk to you about this and see what you think.
Just not this weekend.
Oh no, not this weekend. I am.
I don't even buy my alcohol. My vendors at work have already purchased my alcohol and brought it to me.
Are you? So I'm coming, right?
Party in Panama City. This trip is literally costing me $18.
Adrian's like, Eileen and Janice cannot be alone together. Nowhere.
Y'all can be alone all you want, just don't involve me. I'm
Well,
too
if
tired
we're
for all this shit
alone,
right
that
now.
really
Why can't you be the sweet villain in the middle?
Because I'm too sick for this shit right now. Okay, guys.
All right.
We're going to shut it down.
Mwah, 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 mwah. Thank y'all for tuning in. I hope y'all enjoyed Mustafa.
Yep. Love you guys
Absolutely.
where you're at. Have a good weekend, and don't party too hard unless you do it for me, Eileen.
Or with
Then
you.
take
like
pictures.
with.
That's right.
Bye, guys.
Night.
Night, y'all.